you have any topics that you really like us to go deeper on, please send us a message and let us know where we can support best and what topics you'd like to learn more about, and we will do our best to bring the best that we can for that said topic. And the guest we have today is going to talk about something that we've actually been talking about a lot in the past couple of weeks, both on these calls and different masterminds we're doing in our offices, which is how we can work to make more money per transaction, right? The idea here is very simple. If there's different strategies we can do to help us get more deals, that's a win. If there's strategies we can use to help us make more money per deal, that's a great win, right? Get more juice out of the squeeze. And I believe what Tony's going to talk about today is how we can accomplish both, not just get more deals, but also potentially have those deals earn us greater commissions. And I'll tell you that there's a quote that I use all the time when I'm speaking and sharing, and it's something that's kind of a big part of my decision-making process as an entrepreneur. And the quote is, millionaires become millionaires because they figure out how to make more money from the things that they're already doing. Let's say that again. Millionaires become millionaires because they figure out how to make more money from the things that they're already doing. And if you're on this call, you're already selling real estate. Why not unlock the opportunities and the different strategies and potential out there to make more money from the deals that you're already doing? Naturally, not every single deal is going to fit every single strategy, but because of that, that's why I'm very excited to have our friend Tony Diaz on. Tony, how you doing today?
Great, Sam. I appreciate the opportunity. Excited to share this new but very exciting platform.
Awesome. So I want to quickly just kind of give you a little intro here on Tony. He's going to talk about how he could double end our transactions, get more deals. And the nice thing is he's going to share how to do it with his platform. The platform is free, so I don't want you to feel like this is a product pitch or a training to get you onto the platform. But when there's great tools and resources out there that are free for us to use, we might as well use them. So with that said, I'm going to give Tony the floor. If you have any questions, go ahead and throw them into the Q&A chat on the Zoom. If you're in any of the watch parties around the country, your room moderator can just text me or also throw it into the Zoom chat, and I'll make sure that we get those questions asked. With that said, I'm going to give it to you, Tony. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Awesome, Sam. Excited to be here and excited to share this great platform. So I'll get started here. I'm going to share my screen and talk to you guys a little bit about my background and how we got here and why this platform is something that not only are we really excited about, this is something that's going to give you a lot of opportunities. So my name is, again, Tony Diaz. Been in the business 30 years. I have flipped over 1,100 properties. And been very blessed, mostly here in Southern California. The people here you see that are part of our team, I'm sure most of you guys heard of Realty Track. Jim Sicasio, who is our CEO, has been in the business for about 30 years as well, and he is the technology side of this platform. Rick Sharga is also one of our industry experts that's been part of auction.com, 10X, Carrington Mortgage, and then Realty Track as well. And then John Hensley, he is the technology and product development advisor for us. And he is the gentleman who has, they call him the godfather of the MLS. He's the one that digitized the MLS back in CoreLogic days. So we're working with some people that understand the business very, very well. We have some great synergies. And let me get right into our platform here. As Sam said, it is free to sign up. There is no monthly fees and there is no sign-up fees. Our goal is to help our community. This is a community-driven marketplace. And the goal is for you as an agent to be able to connect with the people that are out there buying, the investors. I don't know if you guys have heard of Anchor Loans. They've been in the business for 25 years. They're based here out of Southern California. And for a while there, they were one of the largest hard money lenders. They are nationwide. And we've been not only borrowing from them for a long time, we have a great relationship with them, and they see a lot of value for the marketplace. So one of the things we did is we put together this marketplace, and they brought us all their buyers. So from your point of view as an agent, think of this as an off-market MLS that allows you to connect your off-market properties with a bunch of investors that are certified. So what's different about the marketplaces that you see out there, even when you're looking at Zillow, you can post the property, you're going to get a bunch of offers or conversations with people. What you will know is who are they and how they're going to transact. So our goal of building this platform was to make sure that you as an agent were able to expand your buyer's network in order to double in your listing. So let me be clear on the value here for you. When you post a property, which is very simple to do, you'll be able to connect on the buyers based on their buy box, your sellers and your needs and wants, and their wants and ability to close. So it's important that that connection happens based on the buyer's ability. So if you have a property, say for example, it's in foreclosure, there's a sell date and you got to close very, very quickly, the buyer's ability to close within a 10-day period is also very clearly posted. So you're only going to get buyers that have that ability. So the other piece here is that we wanted to create transparency, efficiency, and trust. One of the things that we found in the market ourselves, as I'm a broker myself, I've been licensed since 94. So I understand this business both from an agent, broker, and also from an investor myself. And as we all know, a lot of times we are having to transact with wholesalers, right? And a lot of times you as an agent, if a wholesaler comes to you, they don't represent themselves as a wholesaler. They're going to tell you, hey, I'm a buyer. You're going to get a open escrow with them. And then the transaction either falls through because they didn't back into it correctly, or their buyer wasn't able to perform. And you're the one that gets egg in your face because you misrepresented, or let me rephrase that. The buyer misrepresented themselves. The wholesaler misrepresented themselves as a buyer. So that puts you in a situation. So the key here is to make sure that each buyer that comes through is going to be the actual buyer. So you're not going to be dealing with wholesalers, and you'll see that it's going to be done through that technology that we're able to put together, that we put into the system here for many, many years of not just data, but you're leveraging MLS information and also tax data. So let's jump right into the marketplaces. I mentioned if you, after the meeting, make sure you guys sign up. Again, it's free. Just go onto the website, get started, and then let us know if you're an agent, a buyer, a seller. You can be all. So for example, if you're an investor yourself, if you're an agent, you're able to come in here and be able to also purchase properties. So let's get started. So I show you the marketplace itself. And again, it's very, very simple. So we wanted to make it easy to use. And the first thing we do is we have the ability for you to do two things. So I've been talking about the listing, how to double in your listings, but there's other fun things that you can do here. So the first thing that I'm going to show you guys is how to be able to source opportunities to your buyer's network. This is focused mostly in the off-market fixer investor type properties. So whenever you have an investor that's looking for a property, the majority of the homes in this marketplace are off-market. There is some on-market properties, especially if the agent's posting them coming soon. We do make sure that we are not going to put you in a situation where you're not compliant. So when you have a listing You can post it on the marketplace, even if it's not in the MLS yet. You can mark it in the MLS is coming soon, and then post it here as well. So we're not a option outside of the MLS. We can work with the MLS, and this is a way to connect you to those buyers. So I'll clarify that as we move along here. So you as an agent can invite your buyers. What's cool about the marketplace is that the buyers make it very easy for you to be able to not only invite them, but also be able to see how they're transacting with the marketplace. So you have options to invite investors or retail. And here's the beauty of it. You can also choose the fee that you're going to get paid anytime this investor buys a property. Now, this is important for you to know that this marketplace, it's going to give you an option. Say, for example, I invite an investor, and this particular investor buys, 20, 30 properties a year. Every time that investor buys a property, whether if it's something that any other agent posts, something that's get posted by seller direct, you're going to get paid. What we train our agents to do, and this is where it gets really exciting for you guys, is invite your investors and ask them to give you the realist. So this is a great way for you to become valuable to your investors and sourcing them deals that are not just deals that you control, but anything that comes out to the marketplace. So you're going to monetize when they buy the property, and you're also going to monetize the listing on the back if that's an agreement you guys end up having with your investors. If you have a retail buyer, somebody that's coming in and it's looking to purchase a property that's as is, and they're looking to buy cash, the same thing, you can make as much as the 2.5%. Just keep in mind one thing, and this is important for you to remember, is this fee is deducted from the offer that the investor or the retail buyer's making. So for example, if I'm adding an investor and it's $1,000 and they make an offer for $500,000, the seller is going to see a net offer of $499. If you make this $10,000, the seller obviously is going to see an offer for $490. So you want to make sure that this fee is not too heavy. Otherwise, you're going to put your buyers in a little bit of a disadvantage, considering most investors are purchasing between, call it 12% average return on investment. The other thing is when you put in their information, the marketplace is going to send out an invitation from your behalf. And now the buyer is going to be able to come in here and provide us their buy box. So they are only receiving properties based on what they want to see: price point, location. And we are also able to make sure that those buyers that are coming through are protected through our policies, our terms of use, which means that that buyer is not going to be shown by name, but only by track record. So I'll show you that here in a minute. So I'm going to log out of this particular account, and I'm going to show you a different account from another one of our internal users. So you see yourself, once a buyer comes in, starts making offers on somebody else's property, the information of the buyer is not shown to protect that relationship that you have. And because we do know those buyers by the name of their LLC and any other entity they're using to purchase the property, we control, obviously we know which properties are posted, and we also know which buyers are making offers. So we don't have any issues of people bypassing those relationships. And if you have any questions there, I'm glad to answer them. So when you come to sell a property, in this case, I'm going to show you, let me show you how to post the property first, right? So we made it very, very easy for you to post the property. You're going to let us know who you are, whether if you're a seller, an agent, or a wholesaler. If you are an agent, you give us the property information. You'll be able to come in here and give us the data for the property and the price that you would like to sell the property for. And the system's going to go ahead and load the data for you. So you can update the information here manually. Let's just say if it's actual 3-bedroom. And then you're going to start giving us important information that's going to help us connect to the right buyers, right? So the first thing you want to do is start giving us information about any additions. Is there any unpermitted additions? Is the property financeable? That's also important. Occupancy. Tenant occupied at the close of escrow. Vacant at close of escrow. Cell type. All those things that you find that are obviously on or off market. The reason of this particular questions is because the buyers themselves, when they enter the platform, give us a preference. And some of the buyers do not want to see properties that are listed in the MLS. They only want to see off market. So our key is to make sure you are only dealing with people based on what they're looking for. Information that's always very important. If there's videos, floor plans, photos, that's something that we will walk you through to make sure that that data is clear. The repair will help you if you're not too sure what those repairs are. And then more importantly, you have an option here to be able to send out the property depending on how you want to transact to the marketplace. And if you recall, one of the things I said in the beginning, no matter who buys the property, you will always double end it. So let's just say, for example, you're working with 5 investors that you have good relationships with. And in this case, you want to test out your investors first. You have that option to be able to send to your buyers first. You'll be able to get their offers in the marketplace. So we made it very easy for you to do a quick negotiation. And more importantly, if the prices that you got from your buyers doesn't fit your seller's wants or needs, then you can go ahead and send it out to the rest of the buyers. So our job here is to make sure that we're able to connect you not only with the best buyers, but make sure that you now have the ability to expand your network much, much larger than the handful of people that you have. So again, you're able to add buyers, make money, get listings, and now you also are able to expand your buyers network. So those are the 2 main components. If you know that the property is not going to get financed, so you only want to show investors, and then here you can also have the option to show it to the MVPs, everybody else, and then you get to choose the deadline of your offers and how fast you want to close. So for example, if you have a seller that's saying, hey, listen, I'm looking to get the highest possible, and you want to go towards the retail because the house is in great shape, you can choose those type of buyers versus one that you know the property needs a lot of work. It's not going to get financed. You need to get offers in 24 hours and close in 10 days because you might have a foreclosure or a trustee sale coming up. We'll be able to do that. The property gets posted, and then the property gets sent out to the buyer's network, and you will be able to see, obviously, I'm not going to post this here, but you will be able to see, and I'll show you here, this is the example I was talking about, how many people was the property sent to, how many people opened it, and then here's the bids. So this is what makes it very efficient for you. As we know, when you post something in the MLS, then you start negotiating, you're getting the contracts, and you got to start comparing them. The system does this for you. And our job here is to be able to help you very quickly get offers and negotiate so you understand what we call the wisdom of the crowd. And that gives you the ability to see the offers. And as I mentioned to you, if you notice here, I don't get to see the person's name. All I get to see is their track record. And more importantly, a post-close rating system, which we all hold each other accountable based on these 4 very important pieces of information. Are they putting it their deposit on time? Are they removing their contingencies? Are they renegotiating the transaction in the middle of escrow? And are they closing on time? So you as the agent that don't have a relationship with this particular buyers, you'll be able to very quickly see what matters to you, which is their track record, their offer price, their rating, and now you can make a decision which buyer is going to make the most sense to you and your seller, and you'll be able to negotiate the terms through the marketplace very easy, right? Purchase price, financing, EMD, contingencies, These are your basic terms that you would expect to be able to have a pretty decent understanding of the negotiation you're working out with this particular client. And from here, once you accept the offer, you can take these terms and put them on the CR forms or whichever form you would like to then continue the transaction. Once you do accept an offer, then the information will be provided to you. So obviously you want to know who you're transacting with. And you will also know the person that added them to the marketplace. So this gives you the ability to expand your buyers. And this also gives you the ability for you to be able to add your buyers. So when they buy a property, you can get the relist on the back. One more item, guys, here when you're looking at the platform itself, if you're a buyer, what we want to make sure that each buyer that is coming into the marketplace is certified. And what that means to you as an agent is that somebody's coming in and saying, hey, I'm a buyer. We validate their track record. And we do that through, we have literally 12 million records in the California market alone and other markets of this particular buyer. So whenever I put the entity that I am representing, that I'm using, the system's going to go and be able to find not only the information, but we're able to tie all the other entities. I'm going to show you how. So Cal, this is one of the entities we're using. You will see here that it finds it very quickly. It ties to every other address that is associated with this LLC. And then we're able to then identify any other properties or LLCs that are part of it. So the buyer can then properly self-identify. Once this information is here, then that person gives us the permission to be able to run their track record. And then you as the inviting of this member is tied now to that particular buyer and that entity. So nobody else can invite your buyer. So it is a first come, first serve. So that's how we protect your relationship. And then these are the basic questions we ask for each of the buyers to make sure, again, that they're only receiving properties that they want to see. So they're not getting a bunch of deals that don't make sense to them. So that is the main functions of the marketplace. And I'm going to show you guys something that is really, really exciting as well, that helps you as an agent to be able to monetize properties without having a listing. So this is an option that is very valuable. So I'll give you an example. We all as agents have come across a property where a seller's looking to sell the property as is. Let's just say, for example, that seller's looking for $700,000, and you know as a professional that the true market value of that property is really $600,000. The problem that we have with somebody that doesn't know us, especially them seeing us as agents, they think that the information we're providing them is for our benefit to try to go get a listing. This marketplace allows you to take your affiliate link and send it to that seller, and you get to choose how much commission you're going to make on that particular property that will be paid by the buyer. So what's cool from your point of view, when you're going to that seller, you're going to say, okay, Mr. Seller, you don't want a listing. We completely understand that and respect it. I'd love to invite you to a marketplace that is that has a bunch of local investors. You can post the property, you can negotiate the transaction, you're going to get a bunch of competing investors, and you don't have to pay a commission. And you'll be able to do two things that are very valuable. The first is the wisdom of the crowd. It becomes the education to that seller for them to know that this investor market price point, it's really $600,000, not the $700,000 that they're looking for. The second piece is if that seller doesn't want to sell for $600,000, you've proven that you're there to help. And now you can move in and say, okay, Mr. Seller, you see that these investors are going to pay you $600,000. The only option you have is to go to market, and that gives you value to be able to move them to a second option without you necessarily having to sell them on the fact that you know that information, and the validation of the price point is done by all the local investors. So those are the main features that you have in the marketplace. Again, no sign up fees, no monthly fees. And the way this marketplace works is we're here to provide you value. And what that means to you as an agent is, if we don't bring you value, there is no fee to the marketplace. And what that means is, if you post a property and you're able to double in the property and we bring you a buyer, most referral networks are charging 25% referral fee. We're charging a flat $1,000, whether if it's a $100,000 property or if it's a $3 million property, and it's paid at the close of escrow. So it's a flat $1,000 for you to post the property. If it doesn't sell, it doesn't cost you anything. And this is a way for you to be able to not only make money by adding your buyers and providing them resources, but also double end your properties. So Sam, I'll stop there and see if there's any questions from the group, and love to answer them.
It's a great platform, Tony. Thanks for sharing. Chat, if anybody has any questions, go ahead and throw them in. Are you guys buying? Obviously, your buyers are all over the country.
Yeah, so right now we just launched California. We're super excited. We do have national data. We have national buyers through our partnerships with our Harmony lenders. So I would say in the next 3 months, we're going to start expanding national. For right now, we are California based. But feel free to still sign up. And then as you're going through, we can still connect you to some of the buyers in those markets. So if you are in a different state, you can still post the property, and then we will let you know right away if we do have buyers for you. If we don't, we can tell you right away. But we are looking to expand this with some of our partners out in the different markets.
Awesome. Very cool. If anybody has any questions, throw them in. And Tony, I'm assuming it's just fairclose.com is the website.
Yep. Cool. Come on in, guys. Fair Close. Again, doesn't cost anything. Sign up when you're ready to post. It's, again, very simple. If you have any questions, here's our 800 number. And, you know, this is an interesting value proposition for agents. A lot of times we come across agents that say, hey, Tony, this is great. We love it. I just don't have I don't have buyers right now, or I don't have an off-market property that would fit the profile. Not a problem, guys. Whenever you come across something, give us a call, post it. We'll make sure that you're packaging it correctly. We'll walk you through it too. So our job is to make sure that you guys have this as a tool for you when the time presents that it's needed. The other thing is, a lot of times, as you guys know, we get a lot of investors calling you, right? So you're sitting there, your information's easily found. We're obviously marketing ourselves as agents. The investors that are out there in the market are trying to build a relationship with you, but you don't know who they are. You don't know if they're wholesalers or not. So whenever you get those investor calls, a lot of times you're just going to say, no, I don't have anything. Don't call me. Not interested, right? So you're already on the phone with these people. What we tell our agents is, listen, come in here. Once you're in here, you're going to get your own link. This link here, you can post it on the social media. Anybody that comes through that's calling you as an investor, whether if you know them or not, when they call you, say, absolutely, I got great off-market properties. Send them your link. They're going to sign up. They're going to be part of your contacts. You're going to see how many properties they're opening. And anytime they buy a property, you're going to be notified that that person not only bought a property, but you will see that now you're actually making money on those people that otherwise there is no way for you to monetize. So this is a great way for you to be able to then make money off those calls that you're getting anyways by sending them your link and making money off of that relationship. So our goal is to use the leverage of our partnership with you guys to expand the marketplace.
It's a smart way to work with investors, even though you might not have properties for them, and add some value and hopefully start to work with them more in the future. I love that.
Exactly.
All right.
Sam.
Well, Tony, that was great. Really appreciate you sharing with us. Also, I believe our friend Tony Fletcher introduced us. So, Tony, if you're
That's right.
watching, thank you for the introduction. Love that guy. Both of them, him and Yvette, are awesome. So, looks like there might be. Oh, Yvette just said welcome, or Tony, one of them two. Well, thank you guys. We love you. All right, chat. Well, thank you all for participating. We'll see you next Tuesday. If there's anything we can do to help in the meantime, please let us know. Tony, thank you for your time. Hopefully everyone jumps in there, and we will see you guys soon. And we'll see you next week for the next call. Take care.
Thank you, Sam. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Bye-bye.